So my name is Jessica Evans. I've been a part of Mt.Gilead since 2011. I wanted to be a doctor ever since age 10. I remember stumbling upon shows on Discovery Health Channel, shows about surgery, about labor and delivery, and I remember thinking it would be so cool to just be able to, deliver babies one day, to bring life into the world, and that's how it all began for me. So I graduated from college in 2012. And there was a couple of obstacles in the way. And so the main obstacle was my science GPA. So my science GPA was not competitive enough for me to go into medical school. It was around a 2.5. I also had missing requirements for organic chemistry courses. I was in a position where I had to apply to what we call Postbaccalaureate Programs. These are programs designed to help people improve, their candidacy, help them get into medical school. And people typically fall into two categories. So either they have like a low science GPA, or they need to take a lot of science courses. So I didn't really fall into either category perfectly, and so I had a lot of trouble at first getting into post-bac programs. So I was applying for maybe 2 or 3 years, and so that was really a challenging time. During this time period, I ended up pursuing short-term goals, trying to find opportunities to get involved in clinics, with a full-time job and things of that nature. In 2017, though, God kind of shifted things on me and said, okay, now it's time for you to go and pursue medicine. And so what I needed to do first was take organic chemistry because I was missing that course to be able to get into medical school. I hadn't taken an organic chemistry course in probably maybe 8 years. And when I did take it 8 years prior, it didn't turn out too well. It was one of the toughest courses I've ever taken, ever. So for God to, lead me in that direction, it definitely was a huge leap of faith for me. There are a number of things that really kept me motivated, and they all really go back to God. He really kept the dream alive throughout those years. I'm also very grateful for a bishop and co-pastor as well, because the messages that I would listen to every week, it really just continued to keep building things up on the inside of me. I remember one message, it was on February 5th, 2017. I'll never forget this day. The title was Confidence in the Genius in Me. Confidence in the genius in me. And Bishop was talking about organic chemistry on stage. And I'm like, okay, God is really involved even in this part of my life too. So
when I was in pharmacy school, my roommate actually didn't make it and had to go and come back. And then he was determined for me to make sure that I didn't get duped by this organic chemistry professor. So here is the side you're looking at, flip it on the other side and turn it upside down and look at it and you'll recognize it. So when everybody else is like, what is this? They're all upset. I had my paper, flipped that thing over. I said, oh, okay. Just do this. And you know what I mean? I knew what, you see, that's ingenious.
The impartation that day, it's something that really changed my life. Prior, I had never made an A in any science course in school. And from that day forward, I started making A's and scoring, really high exam scores. And I give God the glory for that, because I know that is all Him. I was accepted to medical school in, last year, 2022, January 2022. And when I got that acceptance letter, I screamed, I went off, okay? I was so excited. For me, it felt like a really long wait. I wanted it to happen kind of sooner, you know what I mean? And even with those things, God helped me out with that as well. The scholarship was something I didn't even apply for. I did not even see it coming. I was actually on lunch break at my job, and I just, casually looked at my phone, and next thing you know, I see a scholarship notification, and it was $100,000. And so when I read that notification, I had to excuse myself from the lunchroom, and I pretty much am just going off in the parking lot, just praising God. I didn't imagine that something like that would happen. And yeah, it was definitely an amazing moment. I definitely would like to thank Bishop and co-pastor, my spiritual parents. If it wasn't for them and the word that really powerful word that they put forward like every week, I would not have even made it. My dreams would not have been still alive, through all that time.